Hello everyone, this is Rachna and I am here with another video on a chapter, the sentence in your English grammar. So let's get started. Children, what is a sentence? A sentence is a set of words that is complete in itself, typically containing a subject and a predicate, conveying a statement, question, exclamation, or command, and consisting of a main clause and sometimes one or more subordinate clauses. Now, children, in short, and let me just tell you in a way which is a little different, where we do not have to be so technical. Just understand something, that a group of words which make sense, okay, that is a sentence. If we have a group of words which do not make any sense, then it is not a sentence. For example, if we just take this line that I have written for you, a sentence is a command of words that is complete in itself. Now, if I just take it like a is sentence set words of is that in itself complete, containing typically subject, predicate, and conveying statement. You're not going to really understand anything about what I'm speaking. Okay, so unless and until it is a group of words that makes sense, it is not going to be a sentence. Okay, so whatever we write, whatever we speak, which is a group of words, and they are making sense to you, then it is a sentence. Now, what are the four types of sentences? One is a declarative sentence, next is an imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, and an exclamatory sentence. Now, let's understand what is a declarative sentence. A declarative or assertive sentence is the most basic type of sentence. Its purpose is to relay information and it is punctuated with a period. Period means a full stop. Okay, so it helps, makes a statement, provides an explanation, conveys one or more facts. For example, this pizza is uncooked. Okay, now these declarative sentences, they can be divided into two parts. One is the affirmative, or what you call as positive. So an affirmative word, phrase, or sentence expresses the validity or truth of a basic assertion. For example, if I were to say Rita is here, okay, so that would be an affirmative sentence. Whereas a negative sentence would be, a sentence that expresses a negative form, or it expresses its falsity. For example, if I say that Rita is not here, so that becomes a negative sentence. Next we have is the imperative sentence. So an imperative sentence is a sentence that gives the reader advice, instructions, a command, or makes a request. An imperative sentence can end in either a period or an exclamation mark. So, with an imperative sentence, the subject is generally omitted because the reader understands they are the one being addressed. For example, if I say turn off the burner after 2 whistles, So obviously you get to know, whom is you are speaking to. So that is why you can always omit the subject. Now the next you have in line is the interrogative sentence. So, well, children, what do you understand by an interrogative sentence? Let us understand that. Well, an interrogative sentence, of course, we all know it ends with a question mark. Okay? So, it is one that asks a direct question, and like I said, it ends with a question mark. For example, if you say, how many pets do you have, or how many dogs do you have, or can I sit here, how did you make this, right? So these are interrogative sentences. Now there's one hallmark of interrogative sentences, and that is that they usually begin with pronouns or auxiliary verbs. Okay, so when this kind of sentence does start with the subject, it's usually in a very colloquial kind of speech. For example, he went there again. Okay, or you could say like tigers know how to swim. Okay, now let's start with exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence communicates heightened emotions and are often used as greetings, warnings, or rallying cries. These sentences, they end with an exclamation mark. Now the only difference between a declarative sentence and an exclamatory sentence is that of the punctuation at the end. So you do have a punctuation mark at the end of an exclamatory sentence, which is an exclamation mark. But you see, the punctuation mark, it's supposed to be actually, you see, how it is interpreted by the listener, right? For example, you say, oh wow, so there is an exclamation mark there. Now let's take, for example, you say, oh my god, look at that fire. Okay, so even like when you say, oh my god, there is an exclamation mark. Look at that fire. You see, like if I speak it in that kind of a tone where there is a heightened emotion, then there will be an exclamation mark. However, if you say that, look at that fire, or you just say, look at that fire, you're not going to be having any heightened emotion there. Okay, so this is where the exclamation mark comes in, and an exclamatory sentence trying to show a warning or something like that. For example, if you might be seeing the word danger written on most of the electricity poles, okay, showing the kind of volts that is there. So that would be an exclamatory sentence or an exclamatory word. Now let's understand subject and predicate. Every complete sentence, children, it consists of two parts, a subject and a predicate. The subject of a sentence is what or whom the sentence is about, whereas the predicate is the part of a sentence or a clause that tells what the subject is doing or what the subject is. Now, one way of remembering the difference between the two is that the subject will be a noun or a pronoun, whereas the predicate will contain a verb in addition to a possible modifier. Now again, in a layman's language, or To simplify it for you, let's understand subject is a noun, okay, and predicate is what is done, okay, or what is done by the noun. For example, if I say that Reena is doing her homework, so you can just ask that what is Reena doing? Now, when I say Reena is doing her homework, Reena becomes the noun. So we all know what is a noun, right? So when we say Reena is doing her homework, and you've asked yourself a question, what is Reena doing? Then Reena becomes the subject, whereas is doing her homework becomes the predicate, right? So this is a very simple way of trying to understand the subject and the predicate. Well, with this we come to the end of the sentence. I hope you all have tried to understand what the sentence is all about. Well, that will be all for now. Take very, very good care of yourself. Do not venture out of your home and stay safe. Drink lots of water and do some breathing exercises. Bye bye.